I'm 43, have never been really into social media, and had never edited a video before YouTube in my life. And I've done it. So if I can do it, literally anybody can do it. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Miss Muffet. Real name is April. And what are we talking about today? I thought I'd just jump on here and give a few pointers on if you are 40 and up and you've been thinking about the idea of starting your own personal YouTube channel for a little while now, but for whatever reason haven't done it. And that could be whatever. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're just not sure if you can do it, or if you have the skills or the personality, whatever it may be. I just wanted to come on here and maybe give you a few pointers to help encourage you to get started. Yes, I know my video is a bit shaky. That's because I am a brand new YouTuber. I am just starting out and I do not have the best technology. But I don't want to let that hold me back from doing something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. So you got to start somewhere. So this is where I'm starting. I'm a very, very small YouTuber. You can tell by this channel that I have very few to little subs right now on this channel. But for the past year, I do have another YouTube channel, which is a video gaming channel, where I'm a storyteller video game, particularly with the game Skyrim, because I love Skyrim, like I love that game. And so I decided to start a YouTube gaming channel, and I've been doing that for about a year now. I have about 274 subs on that channel right now, so very, very small. But you know what? I've learned a lot in this past year. I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money. It's really just for fun. I wanted to share some of the strategies and tips that I've learned over the past year, thinking that maybe it could be helpful for someone else. So let's get started. Let's talk about it. So tip number one that I have for you today is you don't need to know what your niche is, and you don't need to know what your channel is going to be about. You will figure out what your channel is going to be about, and if you are going to end up having a niche, you will figure it out the more videos you post. Because as you post and as people start to watch your videos and as you start to develop a following of subscribers, you'll start to identify which videos are doing well. They'll leave comments, and in those comments, you'll start to get some new ideas. But by the doing is where you figure out what you're really all about, and where you figure out also what do you enjoy talking about, what do you enjoy doing. Speed bump coming, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. I tried to slow down. Yeah, so don't worry about not knowing what your niche is. You don't need to know what your niche is. Ooh, there's a shaded area under a tree here. So I'm gonna do us all a favor and I'm just gonna park for a minute. Whew, I don't know where you are in the world right now. Leave a comment letting me know, because I'm always really, really curious to know those that do watch my videos, where you are in the world. So let me know where you are. I am in Canada right now, Ontario, and it is so hot. We have been going through a heat wave. I know this is like, I digress, but I just got to say this because you're probably going to see me sweating and stuff in this video, and I apologize, but it's so hot. It's so hot right now. So if I'm sweating or if I'm drinking my water, it's necessary. Tip number two is a nice follow-up to that, which is, where do you get your topics from? Do a little research. I know a lot of people say that, do your research. Here's how I did a little bit of research for my channel. I pulled from life experiences. Basically, I've been through a lot over the past 2 years in my personal life, and a lot of that is what I'm going to end up sharing on my channel with you, because I really want to be able to help support you, anybody that's watching, through life challenges, right? In your 40s, there are so many life challenges. It's honestly like a brand new stage. And so for me, when I was trying to figure out topics for this channel, I did a little brainstorming, and I started to just write down on a piece of paper ideas. Like, what are some of the challenges that I faced over the past couple years, that I faced in my 40s? And did I feel like I have any kind of tips or strategies or life lessons that would be worth sharing? And that's where I got my first few ideas from for this channel. I also did some research, the typical research that a lot of YouTubers will tell you to do. I did go onto other channels. I have a couple YouTubers that I love to follow. So for example, with my gaming channel that I have, Sheeby Gamin, I watch a lot of gamers myself. So what I did is, in their comment section, videos that I'd watch, I'd go into their comment section and get ideas from people leaving comments. The comment section of other YouTubers is a great research source because subscribers will often leave questions in the comment section about how do I get this or where do I find this? So that was a huge place for me to find ideas. I went to the comment section, I read what people were asking, and I started making videos off of questions from comment sections. So that's a really great way just to get started. If you have no idea where to start there, comment sections. Another way you can research is by using YouTube's search bar. So if you just start to put in like the first couple words of an idea that you're looking for, then YouTube will pull up the most researched topics in that genre that you're looking for. So for example, I have a video up right now that's called Starting Over in Your 40s. And what I did to research what might be some good topics is I just typed in starting over into the search bar and it pulled up a couple different ideas for me. So those are some great ways you can get started on researching ideas, and it's really just to kind of get the brain flowing and get the brainstorming started. And then once you get it started, you'll find that your own ideas will just start flowing. They'll just start coming out. And so it's also a good idea just to keep a little notepad with you. I always have a little notepad with me in my car or in my purse when I'm heading out, because if I do have an idea that just kind of pops into my mind last minute, I'll just jot it down just to make sure that I don't forget it. And then I'll kind of build on it from there later on when I have more time. Okay, I'm gonna keep driving again because I actually do have somewhere that I'm going. So hopefully it's not too rocky. Tip number 3 that I have for you today is get a head start. I think the biggest challenge for me when I initially started my video game channel was time. Just lack of time. I'm 43. I also have a teenage daughter and I work full time and life happens. So where was I finding the time? It was the hardest thing. And in the beginning, it really started to stress me out because I felt like I wasn't dedicating enough time to my YouTube channel and I just wasn't having fun because I always felt so rushed and my videos were getting edited last minute and I was posting last minute. I was always just like head in the phone editing a video, or I was filming, and I felt like my work-life balance wasn't balanced. I was just too much time. I was spending too much time dedicating to the channel and not enough time living life. What I've done differently this time for this channel, which I can already tell has made a huge difference, is get a head start. And what I mean by that is there's no rush in terms of when you have to post your videos. So what I've done is I filmed about a month's worth of content before making my channel public, and I've posted all of those onto my channel with delayed publish dates. So right now I have a month's worth of content that I've already uploaded, that's already been edited, and they're just going to be coming out once a week over the course of the next month. And so that has really given me a head start. Like, I'm ahead of the game because I'm not editing a video today that needs to be posted this afternoon, or I'm not editing a video today that needs to be posted tomorrow. So I have time. So get a head start, film a couple videos, film like a couple weeks or even a month worth of content, upload it to your channel, have it ready to go, set it with a delayed start publish date. And you're gonna find that that's going to be a huge help. You're going to be You're going to have a lot less stress with the whole process, and you're going to be able to just stay ahead. Once you start ahead, it's a lot easier to stay ahead, because if you do it right, you'll always have a month of content ready to go. So you'll never be trying to catch up or rush. I don't know what's going on with my air conditioning. Like, I'm not getting any air and I'm dying. Hello? Oh, air. I had the wrong setting. Oh my gosh. The air was going onto my windshield instead of on me. Woo! The next tip I have for you is to incorporate your filming into your everyday life. I'm telling you, this is going to make your life so much easier, because you're not looking for extra time during the day to film and to create your content. If you can find a way to incorporate your filming into your everyday life, like I'm doing now, like literally filming as I'm on my way to a Walmart, that's huge. Because if you're like me, you don't have a lot of time, right? Your days are already jam-packed with so many responsibilities. So who's got the time to put an extra hour or whatever aside? So I try as much as possible to incorporate whatever I'm doing into my everyday life. So that could be when I'm driving in the car right now. That could be if I'm home cooking. That could be if I'm doing a chore. And if I have something that I want to discuss, well, why can't I discuss it as I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, right? I get two things done at the same time. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video about like how you can really incorporate filming into your everyday life, because I plan on doing a separate video for that where I go into more details about more specific ideas and tips. But I just wanted to kind of put that out there for now, because if you can even just start the process of brainstorming ways you can go about doing that, starting to think about what are the times during the day where I have a little extra time. I might be doing something, but I have a little extra time. That's all I'm gonna say right now. Once you start doing that, you'll actually start to realize, hey, I do actually have a lot of time. There is a lot of spare time if I'm just using it wisely. My next tip for you is set a schedule. If you can set a schedule, then that's gonna really help keep you organized. And it'll keep you accountable as well. And then once you've set your schedule, something that's going to be really important for you to do is to communicate that schedule with your friends or loved one or anyone that you live with or that's a regular part of your life. If you can be transparent about that schedule and let them know why it's important to you, that you do have the time to be able to put aside and film, then they'll support you in that. And they will give you the space. Hopefully they'll support you, and hopefully they'll give you the space. That's what I found for myself, to be able to focus in and do that. So set whatever filming and editing schedule works best for you, and then communicate that to the people in your life so that they also know what that schedule is. And then the last tip I have for you, my friend, is don't compare yourself to others. That is such a killer. It's such a mood killer. It's such a motivation killer. Don't compare yourself to others. It is the worst thing you will do for yourself, especially early on in the game when you're just getting started. Unfortunately, I was comparing myself to others in the video gaming industry, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous because I have a very specific niche. I'm not playing the same type of games that some of the younger video game YouTubers are playing. And I also don't have the same level of video editing skills or a team around me, right? Like I'm a team of one person, and I use a video editor on my phone. I don't have anybody helping me with that. So for me to have actually been comparing myself to some of the huge video game YouTubers out there was doing me no favors and was actually hurting my internal motivation. So don't compare yourself to others, because if you start doing that, then you're going to start to compete and you're going to lose some authenticity. So rather than comparing yourself to the other YouTubers out there, just stay true to who you are and just start to become comfortable in your own skin. And once you do that and you're authentic, that will shine through in your videos, and that is what will attract the right audience for you. You don't necessarily want this YouTuber's audience because it's not the right audience for you. So don't compare yourself. Just focus on you being you being authentic, and remember who your target audience is. So when I was trying to compare my video editing ability and skills to some of the other YouTubers out there who were doing all these flashy things, and every 2 seconds there was like a cut screen to some video clip or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know where to start with that. How am I going to do all this? This editing is going to take forever. Once I realized that that's not even my style, then the stress of it all just went away. And once I started to think about, well, who's my target audience? Is that even the editing style that they would really like? And once I figured out that the answer was no, what is the editing style that I enjoy watching as a 43-year-old from the YouTubers that I subscribe to? And none of them had a flashiness to them at all. It was just very simple, maybe a few cut screens, but just very simple, authentic styles. And that's when I realized that's what I love. That's what I actually enjoy. So if I enjoy it at 43, maybe there are other people in my age group that will also enjoy that same editing style. And I also realized that's what I enjoyed to do. If somebody does subscribe to my channel, it's because that's the type of editing style they like as well. So stop comparing yourself, or don't even start by comparing yourself to other channels, and really focus in on you and what it is you want to offer to the community, who you anticipate your target audience to be, and cater to that. And if you do that, you're going to be just fine. I promise you, you're going to be just fine. So that's all I have for you today, friend. I have just arrived at Walmart. I took a little bit of a detour in terms of a longer route just so I could have more time to chat with you. You know what I mean? Because when I started talking, I realized I had more to say than I had scribbled down on my little notepad. So I hope you found it helpful. If you are thinking about starting a YouTube journey, I highly recommend it. And I'm going to be talking about in another video how YouTube has greatly improved my quality of life. So hopefully I see you back for that video as well. If you have any tips of your own, please share those in the comment. I am also growing and learning myself through about life and also about this whole YouTube journey. And I'm really hoping to build a community of like-minded individuals who are open to learning from each other and sharing experiences and supporting one another. So please do add your comments if you have any tips that you think will also be helpful for somebody in their 40s and over who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel of their own. I would love to hear from you. If you did enjoy the video today, it would be a great help to me starting off as a small channel if you took the time to like the video. And if you feel like this is your type of content, or if this helped in any way and you are considering subscribing, please do so, because I would definitely love to see you come back for another video. Like always, thank you for spending this time with me today, friend, and I will see you in the next video.